Finally, some good news in pop culture. One of my all time favorite fantasy based anime, Black Clover, is returning after a 4-year hiatus, and I am all here for it.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the
Hi, everyone. My name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast, where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and if you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell to get notifications when I post a new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. If you want to support me in the work that I do, head on over to my new website, studiojakemedia.substack.com, where you could subscribe at different tiers and they unlock different perks. Thank you in advance. So, Black Clover is a magic based fantasy anime where it follows these two characters, one named Asta and one named Yuno, as they climb the ranks in this world, what is called Magic Knights. And they're each a part of a different Magic Knight order. Yuno, he's very talented, he's very powerful. He uses wind magic a lot and is even friends with the wind spirit who follows him around. She's kind of like a Tinkerbell type character. But the main character is Asta. Now, originally, Asta was deemed to have no magic power. Well, then how does he join a magic order? Well, this is an anime. So, unlike a Western animation studio, which would make him into a Mary Sue, he has to learn. He gets what they call a grimoire, which every Magic Knight has one, and his comes out two swords. And what we actually find out about Asta is that he has anti-magic, so he can actually cancel out magic of humans, of elves, of demons even, and this comes to play greatly in the story. And he ends up being recruited by a group of misfits called the Black Bulls. As a result of this, Asta and Yuno become rivals because they both want to become what's called the Wizard King of the Clover Kingdom. And they are rising through the ranks of their respective orders. And it all culminated in their kingdom going to war with a neighboring kingdom, and they're trying to get allies. You also find out origins about Asta and Yuno. At one time, you thought that they were brothers because they were found the same day on the porch of an orphanage. But it turns out that there is a little bit more to it than that. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it left off where the rival kingdom invaded the Clover Kingdom, and this led to all kinds of battles, epic ones, and even infiltrations of the Clover Kingdom. And that's where the anime left off, was where Asta and his friends have to rally together to go to war. And it was so epic. It was fantastic. It ends where you actually meet the vice captain of the Black Bulls. You didn't know they had a vice captain through the whole series, but he has agreed to train Asta to control the powers within his grimoire. So, anyway, fantastic series. I'm enjoying it so much. And I was really sad when it went on hiatus for 4 years. And that was because they wanted the manga that it was based on to get a little further in the story arcs, because basically what happens is a lot of times these manga, the writer and or artist will get sick, and so they have to take a break. Sometimes what animes will do was they'll just do what's called filler episodes, so they're not connected to the manga at all. They're still tied to the story within the anime, or they go on a long hiatus, which is what has happened with several animes, including the romantic anime From Me to You, what happened to the Isekai Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody, which is one of my favorite animes. But anyway, I digress on that. Black Clover's creators, or I should say the animation studio, they just decided to take a break and work on other anime while the creator of the Black Clover manga continued the saga, and they could get a little bit more ahead of the story arc. And in between, they released a movie called Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King, which, by the way, you don't really have to be familiar with the show to enjoy that movie. It's just a really great straight up fantasy film if anyone is interested in that. But like I said, with the announcement with this poster, they are bringing it back finally. After 4 long years, we finally have confirmation that the series will continue. Now, there has been no announcement as far as staff or even a release date, but they did release the poster, like I said, and a teaser to go along with it. One of the things that's been weird about this whole thing, though, is they keep saying it's the second season of Black Clover. Black Clover had 3 seasons already. I guess maybe they're going to bring those first 3 years of adventures into one season, even though there was distinctly 4 different arcs and even some smaller mini arcs in between those. But for some reason, they're calling it the second season. As far as I can tell, it's at least the fourth. But I know that Japanese seasons are different than they are in the United States. They don't always go by how we do it. They tend to go by arcs instead of seasons, which I actually like the arc format a little bit better, just my own opinion, but whatever. Bottom line is, I'm super stoked about this. I love doing videos where I can talk about stuff I love. By the way, is there an anime that you are excited about? Let me know in the comment section below. Are you a fan of Black Clover? Do you enjoy the series? Please let me know. If not, I would love to do more videos about anime. Anime is one of my favorite mediums, so I enjoy it immensely. So I love talking about it, especially when one of my favorite animes gets renewed. If you like that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment, tell what you think, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell to get notifications when I post a new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. If you want to support me in the work that I do, head on over to my new website, studiojakemedia.substack.com. It's where you can subscribe at different tiers and they unlock different perks, plus being able to choose a topic for the website and even for this vidcast. So consider looking into that. Thank you in advance to anyone who subscribes. On that same website, there is a conveniently titled Buy My Books section where you can pick up all of my books. I've got links all over the place, but they're all available on Amazon, perfect for Amazon Prime Day deals. You can pick up all 4, leave me a 5-star review, because that really helps out small indie creators like myself. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.